Hello everyone, welcome back to our CIS1060. Today we're going to go over our project number 4. Before we start, please make sure you have these two documents in your device. One is for the instruction and one is the workbook. Okay, let's get started by adding the file name by changing 1 to 2. So we first go to the File tab and we find Save As, and here is where we can change the 1 to 2. After that, we can hit the Save button and it's gonna lead us back to this workbook. And if you take a look at this here, now our file name is already changed 1 to 2. And next, let's get started for our project steps. Steps number 1, Arjun is a sales manager for a health insurance company. He's compiling the sales and advertising data for the marketing department and wants to use the Excel to create the charts to illustrate the data and emphasize the trends. Go to the employer's plans worksheet. That is a second worksheet. And this worksheet shows the number of the health insurance plans sold by the quarter according to the plan types. Arjun wants to compare the number of the plans sold in quarter 4 in the range F5 to F9 add conditional formatting to show the gradient field blue data bars. So we want to apply conditional formatting to the range F5 through F9. We first select F5 through F9, and then we go to the Home tab. And you can see here is a style group, and the first icon, that name is a conditional formatting. So we go there. The third one is a data bar, and that is what we want. So if we point the data bar, it leads us to the gradient field and the solid field. So we go to the first part, the gradient field part. And we want to apply the gradient field blue data bar. So if we point the first icon, you can see here pop-up screen tip, and that shows this stands for the blue data bar, and that is what we want, so we click that one. Now we apply the conditional formatting to the range F5 through F9, and it shows the gradient field blue data bars. And next, step number 2. Arjun also wants to provide the general impression of the annual trends for each plans type and for the total plans sold in the range G5 to G10. Add a line sparkline based on the data in the range C5 through F10. So we want to insert a line sparkline in this area, and based on the data here, how we do that is we can simply select the range C5 through F10 first, C5 through F10, and next we go to the Insert tab, and here is a group named Sparkline, and the first icon is the line sparkline. So we hit that one time, line sparkline. It should pop up a window that is a create sparklines. So since we already select the C5 through F10, that stands for the data range we want to use to create the sparkline. So the second, we need to let the system know where we want to place our sparkline. So in this case, we want to display in G5 through G10. So how we select the G5 through G10? We simply select the G5 through G10 directly from our worksheet. So you can see now the location range should have G5 through G10. And then we hit OK button. We successfully have the sparkline in the range G5 through G10. And the next, step number 3. Format the sparkline as follows to make them more prominent. Step number 8. Apply the blue-gray accent 6, darker 50% on sparkline color to the range G5 through G10. Since we just create the sparkline, and you can see this group of content is selected right now. So in the ribbon, here is a sparkline special tab pop up. And if we go there, you can see here is a style group, and there is an icon named sparkline color. That is where we can adjust the color for our sparkline. So we go there, and you can see the theme color we want to apply the blue-gray accent 6 darker 50s person. That is located in the 10th column, 6th row. So let's find where is the blue-gray accent 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th column. And for the rows, this is the first row. So we start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once we point that, you can see the screen tip says that is a blue-gray accent 6, darker 50%. That is exactly what we want. So we click that one time. So now we change the sparkline color to the blue-gray accent 6, darker 50%. And the next step number B, show the high point and low point data marker. So where we can add a high point and low point data marker is also located in the sparkline special tab. So if you go there, you can find here is a group name show, and you can find the high point and low point there. So we select the high point and low point. So now we successfully add the high point and the low point data marker for our sparkline. And the next, step number 4, Arjun has created a pie chart representing the percentage each health plan type contributes to the total plans sold in Q1. He wants to allow more room for the plot area of the chart. Modify the chart in the range I2 to O17 as follows. Step number A, change the position of the data label to inside N. So basically, we want to adjust the element for this pie chart. Once we click this pie chart, you can see this pie chart is selected. Here in the ribbon, here pop up 2 special tab, chart design and format tab. And also here is a 3 icon displayed next to this pie chart. And the first icon is very important. That stands for the chart element. So if we click that one time, you can have a chart element menu. And in this case, first we want to change the position of the data label. So data label, that is where we can adjust that. So we go there and we want to change that to the inside end. So we just switch to the inside end. And next, we want to move the legend to the right of the plot data. So the legend is also located in the chart element menu. So we go there and change that to the right. So that is the first one. We select the first one. Now we change the position of the data label and also move the legends to the right of the plot area. And next, step number 5. Arjun wants a similar pie chart showing the percentage each healthy plan type contributes to the total plans sold in Q4. Create the chart as follows. Step number A, create a 2D pie chart based on the data in the range F5 through F9 and using the category label in the range B5 through B9. So how we do that is we want to use the data that is from the range F5 through F9. So we first select this group of content, F5 through F9. And we also want to select the range data B5 through B9. How we do that is currently we already select that, the F5 through F9. And now let's keep holding the control button and select the B5 through B9. So now you can see this group of content are selected in the same time. And that is how we can select this two group of content in the same time. And next, we want to, based on this data, to create a 2D pie chart. So we go to the Insert tab, and here is a chart group, and we click that arrow icon one time. And we go to the All Chart, and that is where we can find a different type of chart we can create. And for this case, we want to create a pie chart. So we go to the pie, and the first one, actually, that stands for the 2D pie chart. The next one stands for the 3D. And for the first one, even that is just named as a pie, but Actually, that is a 2D pie chart. So we select that one and we hit the OK button. Now we have a 2D pie chart pop up in this worksheet. And next, step number B, resize and reposition the chart so the upper left corner is located within the cell I-19 and the lower right corner is located within the cell O34 and show that the two pie charts are related. So how we do that is we first select this 2D pie chart and drag that and make the upper left corner could cover the cell I-19. So here we make sure it could cover the I-90 cell. And second, we want to resize that a little bit and make the lower right corner could cover the cell O34. How we do that is we drag the corner handle in the bottom right. So here we drag that a little bit and make sure it could cover the O34. O34. So yes. So now the 2D pie chart is already covered the cell I-90 through O34. That is how step number 5. Next, step number 6. Customize the pie chart so you just added a photo to match the appearance of the plan sold Q1 pie chart. Step number 8, enter plan sold column Q4 as the chart title. I recommend that you open these two documents in the same time. So in this case, we can just copy the content from the instruction directly. So we select the plan source Q4 from the instruction and Control C to copy that. And we go back to our workbook. So how we change the chart title? We just simply click the chart title. Now you can see the chart title is covered by a box. And we go to the formula bar to paste, to Control V to paste what we copy. And then we hit the enter button. So now we can we enter the plan shows Q4 as the chart title. There is another way you can do that. If you want to copy the plan showed Q4 from the instruction and double click this box from the pie chart directly. If we just paste that, you can see we have the plan showed Q4 there, but also we bounded that because that format is follow the instruction. We only want the text. So what we can do is we click the paste option icon and select the keep text only. So now we successfully place the plan showed Q4 as the title, and also we didn't copy the format as the instruction. And the next step number B, apply the step 4 to the chart. How we do that is we select this pie chart and go to the type chart design special tab. And here is a group named the chart styles. So we go there and we select the style number 4. That is this one. So we select that one. Now we successfully apply the style 4 to our chart. And also step number C, change the color to monochromatic palette 6. So we also go to the chart design and go to the chart styles groups, and the first icon, change the color. We click that one time, and you can see here is monochromatic. And if we scroll down a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we select the palette 6. That is what we want to apply for our pie chart. So we click that one. And next, step number D, change the position of the data label to inside and. So we first select our pie chart and go to the element, the chart element icon. So we click that one time. And currently there's no nothing for the data label. So we go there, data label, and we want to put the data label to inside end. So we choose the second one, the inside end. So once you choose that, you can see now we select the data label and also that is located in the inside end. And next, step number E, change the data label content to show percentage rather than the value. So currently, that is a number and how to switch to percentage. If we click any data label, you can see all of the data label are selected right now. And make sure you select them all and then right click. And in the menu, here's option named Format Data Label. So we go there, Format Data Label, and you can see this panel. So currently we select the value, we unselect the value. Instead, we select the percentage. So now we change the data label content to show the percentage rather than the value. And after that, next, step number F, we want to move the legend to the right of the plot area. How we do that is we also click the icon, the chart element, and we go to the legend, and we change to the right. So now we move the legend to the right of the plot area. And that is how step number 6 work. And next, step number 7. Arjun wants to insert a column chart that combines the quarterly sales data in a single column for each health plan type. Create the chart as follows. Step number A, create a stacked column chart based on the data in the range B4 through F9. So we first select the range of the data B4 through F9. So this group of data. And then we go to the Insert tab, and in the Charts group, here we click the icon, and we go to the All Chart, and we find the column category. That is what we want to create. And the first one is a cluster column, and the second one is the stacked column. That is what we want. So we select the second one, and then we hit the OK button. Now we have the stacked column chart pop up in our worksheet. And next, step number B, resize and reposition the chart so the upper left corner is located within cell B12 and the lower right corner is located within cell G34. So we first select our step column chart and drag that. Make sure the upper left corner could cover the B12. And after that, let's drag the corner handle in the bottom right here. So we drag that and make sure it could cover the G34. So here, now we successfully resize and reposition our chart. And next, step number 8, customize the stack column chart as follows to coordinate within the other chart and make the data easier to interpret. Step number 8, enter plant cells by type as the chart title. So we copy the plant cell by chart or by type from the instruction, select them, Control C, and then go back to our worksheet. And then we select the chart title. Make sure now you have a box cover the chart title, and now we can go to the formula bar to paste what we copy, and then we hit the enter button. So now we add the plant cell by type as our chart title. And next, step number B, change the maximize value to 10,000 on the vertical axis. So we want to change the vertical axis, the minimum value. So we first select, if we one click any number from the vertical axis, you can see now the whole vertical axis is now selected. And we right click, first select them and right click, select them, right, why it happened, select them and right click. It's not what we want. Select the vertical axis and right click. Yeah, so now we are successfully right click that. So first select, make sure all the vertical axes select right now and right click. And you should have this menu. So in this menu, you can find the format axis. So we select the format axis. So it leads us to formatting panel. So here we can change the maximum value. So currently the maximum value is uh, 12,000. So we want to change that to 10,000. So we change that to 10,000 and then we hit the enter button. So now we change the maximum value to 10,000 on the vertical axis. And next, we want to change the color to monochromatic palette 6. So how we do that is we first select this column chart, and then we go to the chart design special tab. And here, is chart style groups, and the first icon is to change the color. We go there, and you can see here is where we can adjust the monochromatic, and we want to select the monochromatic number 6 for that. So we scroll down a little bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we select the monochromatic palette 6 for that. And now we already changed the color to monochromatic pattern 6. And the next, step number 9, Arjun also wants a chart that compare the quarterly and the total sales of the 3 PPO health plans. Create the charts as follow. Step number 8, create a cluster column line combination chart based on the data in the range B4 through F7 and B10 through F10. So how we do that is we first select the B4 through F7, B4 through F7, and then holding the control button, and then select the B10 through F10. So this two group of data are selected right now. And then we go to the Insert tab and go to the Charts group and click this icon and go to the All Charts. At the end of the category, you can find here is a combo option. So we select the combo. And the first one is a cluster column line. So that is what we want, cluster column line combination. So after we select this one, let's take a look at this area. Choose the chart type and accents for your data series. So let's take a look at step number B. Change the chart type to show the LPPO plans data as a cluster column chart. So currently for the elite PPO, that is a line, we want to change that to cluster column. So we go here and you can find here is column section. And the first one is the cluster column. So we select the first one. Now we successfully changed the PPO, the elite PPO to cluster column. And that is what we want. So there is no more requirement for that. We can just simply hit the OK button. So now we have a cluster column line combination chart pop up in this worksheet. And the next, step number C, move the chart to a new worksheet and use the PPO combo chart as the sheet's name. How we do that is we right-click this combination chart, right-click that. And you can find in this menu, there is a move chart option. So we select the move chart. And currently, our combination chart is located in the employer's plans worksheet, but we want to move that to a new worksheet. So we select the first one, new sheets, and we can just hit OK. So now we move our combination chart to a new worksheet. And currently the worksheet name is chart 1, but we want to rename that. So what we can do is we copy the PPO combo chart because we want to name the worksheet as that. So we select that and Control C. And then we go back to the worksheet tab and we double click the chart 1, make sure that is selected and is active. And then we Control V and then we hit the enter button. So now we rename this worksheet as a PPO combo chart. And that is how step number 9 work. And let's move to step number 10. Update the combination chart as follows to make it more meaningful. Step number 8. Add a secondary axis for the total series. How we do that is we first select our combination chart. Once you select that, once you click that, you can see in the ribbon here pop up a chart design. So we go to the chart design and here is a type group there. So we click that, change the chart type, and it's gonna pop up the change chart type window. And here is where we can adjust the where we can add a secondary axis for the total series. So here, choose the chart type and axis for your data series. If we go down a little bit, you can see here is where we can adjust for our total. So total is the line chart, and we want to add a secondary axis for that. So we select the secondary axis for the total, and then we hit the OK button. So now we successfully add a secondary axis for the total series, and currently it should be look like that. And the next step number B, add the primary vertical and the secondary vertical axis title to this chart. So how we can do that is we click this icon, the chart element icon. We click that one time. It should have this menu. And then we go to the axis title. So we go there, and there, here you can find the primary vertical and the secondary vertical. So we select the primary vertical and the secondary vertical. And now we successfully add the primary vertical and the secondary vertical for our combination chart. And step number C, enter plan sold per quarterly as the left vertical axis title. So we copy the plan sold per quarter from the instruction. We select that and Control C. And then we go back to our worksheets and we want to use that as the left vertical axis title. So we first select the left axis vertical the left vertical axis title. So once we select that, you should have a box cover the axis title. And then we go to the formula bar to paste what we copy and press the enter button. So now we change the left vertical axis title as a plan sold per quarter. And next, step number D, enter the total plan sold as a right vertical axis title. So we copy the total plan sold from the instruction and Control C, and then we go back to our worksheet and click the axis, the right vertical axis title. So we click that one time, you should have a box cover the axis title. And then we go to the formula bar, click that one time, and then Control V to paste what we copy, and then hit enter button. So now we have a total plan sold here as our right vertical axis title. And the next, step number E, enter PPO plan source as the chart title. How we do that is we copy the PPO plan source from the instruction, select them, Control C. Then we go back to the workbook and click one time for the chart title. And then we go to the formula bar and paste what we copy. That is a PPO plan sold, and then we hit the enter button. So now we change the chart title as PPO plan source. And step number F, change the outline color for the line chart to blue-gray accent 6. So how we do that? We just simply hit any part for this the line chart. So now you can see the whole line is selected right now. And then we right click. You can see here is a two icon. There is icon stands for the outline. That is what we want to change. So we go to the outline. And the blue-gray accent 6 is located in the 10th column, first row. So it should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It should be this one, the blue-gray accent 6. So we hit that one time. So now we change the outline color of the line chart. So make sure you change the outline, not the fill one. And next, let's move to step number 11. Go to the monthly advertising worksheet. Arjun wants to determine how closely spending on advertising is related to the number of the plans sold per month, and create a chart to provide this information as follows. So first, we go to the monthly advertising worksheet. That is the last one, last worksheet, monthly advertising. And step number 8, create a scatter chart based on the data in the range C4 through D16. We first select the range C4 through D16. So make sure we select this group of content. And then we want to, based on this data, to create a scatter chart. So we go to the Insert tab and go to the Charts group and one click the arrow icon. So it leads us to the insert chart window. We go to the all chart. And in this case, we want to create a scatter chart. So we find scatter in these categories. So we select scatter. And the first one is a scatter. So that is what we want. And we hit the OK button. So now we have a scatter chart. And that is based on the data in the range C4 through D16. Sorry, we need to make that a little bit wider. So yeah, so previously I made a mistake. I only select the data from the C4 through D15. So how we do that is I just like drag the corner handle and make it cover the 16. So since this scatter chart is based on the data I select from this table, so currently you can see the C4, I mean the C4, no, C4, no. So we want to adjust it, make it sure it could cover. So the data, how do I do that? I didn't include the cell C4, so how we can adjust it? Yeah, I think so. Currently, I think I fixed that. So currently, I have the data from the C4 through the 16. Yeah. So I have these two group of data there. And then I want to change the chart title to advertising and the plan source to accurate the reflect the chart's content. So how we do that is I select the advertising and the plan source from the instruction, and then Control C to copy that and go back to this worksheet, and then select the title and go to the formula bar to paste that advertising and plan source. And then I hit enter button. So now I rename this as advertising and plan source. And next, step number C, resize and reposition the chart so the upper left corner is located within cell B18 and the lower right corner is located within the cell D33. So I first select the scatter chart and drag that, make sure it could cover the B18, the upper left corner could cover the cell B18. And then I drag the corner handle in the bottom right and make it smaller and make it could cover the cell D33. So D33. So now I resize and reposition this chart and make it cover from the cell B18 through D33. And the next, step number 12, modify the scatter chart to make it easier to interpret as follows. Step number 8, change the minimum vertical value to 35,000 on the horizontal axis. So how I do that is I first select the horizontal axis. Once I select that, you can see all this data label now is covered by a box. And then I right click and go to the menu, select the format accents option. So currently the minimal is 0. So I change that to 35,000. 35,000 and then hit enter button. So now I change the minimum value to 35,000 on the horizontal axis. And then I want to, step number B, change the minimum value to 1,500 on the vertical axis. So I select the vertical axis, the system automatically, the format panel automatically change to the vertical axis. So for here, I change the maximum. So, also change the minimum. Change the minimum to 1,500. I put 1,500 in the minimum box and then hit enter button. So now I successfully changed the minimum value to 1,500 on the vertical axis. And the next, step number C, add a linear trend line to clarify the relationship between the advertising and the plan source. How we do that is I just randomly select any dot from the scatter chart, and you can see all the dots are selected right now. And then I right click one time, you can see in the menu here is a add trend line option. So I select add trend line. So now I successfully add the linear trend line to clarify the relationship between advertising and the plan source. And the last step, step number 13. Arjun also wants to compare amount of the advertising spent each month and call attention to the month within the most spending. Insert a chart that provides this information as follows. Step number 8, create a cluster column chart based on the value in the range B4 through C16. So how I do that is I first select the range B4 through C16. So this group of number now is selected. And then I go to the Insert tab and go to the Charts group and hit this icon. And I want to create a cluster column. So I go to the All Chart and go to the Column category. And the first one is a clustered column. That is what I want. So I select the first one and then I hit OK button. Now I should have a cluster column chart pop up here. And next, step number B, resize and reposition the chart so the upper left corner is located within the cell F3 and the lower right corner is located within cell IL16. So I select the cluster column chart and drag that. Make sure the upper left corner could cover F3. So F3 is here. And I want the lower right corner could cover the L16. So I drag that, make sure it could cover L16. After that, step number C, set a gap width between the column to 50% to widen the column. So how I do that is I first click any column from the cluster column chart, and then I right click, and in the menu, I go to the Format Data Series. So currently, you can see the number for the gap width is 219. I want to change that to 50. So I put 50 there and hit Enter button. So now you can see all the column become wider. And also step number D, display the data label only for the June and the month with the highest advertising. So how I do that is I just double click the June, the column for June. Make sure you only select the column for June, and then right click. And in the menu, here is a add data label. So I select add data label. Now I put the data label only for the June. After I finish all these steps, I'd like to save my document before I close my workbook. And then I can try to submit it and see if I can get a full score for that. So I go to the Cengage. My course. After submit that, you should have a score out 20 out of 20. So that is how project number 4 look like. If you have any question, please contact me and I will see you later. Thank you so much for your attention.